sister Ellie hated me from the moment I could speak. Or at least that's what I used to tell people. Friends, teachers, even my ex-boyfriend. They all heard the same script. She just hated having a little sister. She never wanted to share anything. Not toys, not birthdays, not even our parents. It made sense to them. After all, I was the quiet one. Ellie was the loud one. The kind of girl who climbed trees and interrupted adults. The kind who came home muddy and laughing while I sat inside coloring between the lines. So when she started pushing me out of frame in every family photo, I told people she was jealous. When she screamed at me for ruining everything, I said she had a temper. But here's what I never told them. Ellie didn't push me out of the photos. I ducked out at the last second so she'd look selfish. Then I'd sniffle to Mom, eyes wide and betrayed, and Ellie would get scolded for not including me. The first time I ever got her grounded, I lied. We were 7 and 10. Mom's favorite vase, the blue one from her wedding, got shattered. I was the one who broke it, spinning too fast in socks. But Ellie had touched it that morning and I saw my chance. She was mad at me. I told Mom. She said she'd get me back. Ellie screamed that I was lying. She cried so hard her nose bled. But Mom didn't waver. Ellie lost TV for a month and I got ice cream for being so honest. That was the day I realized I could win sympathy the same way Ellie won trophies, just not with effort. With pain. Or at least the appearance of it. When Ellie got her first award in school science fair, second place, I told my teacher she shoved me on the playground that same week. She didn't. But they took it seriously. Mom had to pull her out of the ceremony. Ellie sat in the car, red-eyed and furious, while I twirled her ribbon on my finger. I said, "You didn't deserve it anyway." She didn't talk to me for days after that. When I told Mom she was giving me the silent treatment, Mom gave me extra hugs. "She's going through a phase," she said. "Some girls are just mean to their sisters." I started writing in a journal when I was 12. The first sentence I ever wrote was, "My sister hates me and I don't know why." Even then, I think a part of me knew the truth. That I was the reason. But admitting that would have meant giving up the only thing I was better at than her, being the victim. Ellie kept her distance. She stopped telling me secrets. She locked her door when she did homework. I told Mom and Dad she was isolating, that I was worried about her. They had a long talk with her about being more open. She didn't speak to me for a week. I went to school and told my friends she just hates me. Always has. They believed me. Everyone always did. Ellie never cried in public. That was her thing. She could skin a knee, get dumped, lose a soccer match, didn't matter. She'd grit her jaw and suck it up. Dad used to say she was the strongest person in the family. That used to bother me. By the time we were in high school, Ellie had become one of those golden kids. Popular, loud, team captain, yearbook editor, honor roll, you name it. Meanwhile, I was the quiet one, still coasting off fake sympathy. But something had changed. People didn't feel sorry for me anymore. They just pitied me, and I couldn't stand that. So when I heard Ellie had a crush on Josh Palmer, senior, lacrosse co-captain, charming in the fake smile way, I paid attention. She didn't know I knew, but I watched her linger by his locker. I saw the way she smoothed her shirt whenever he passed by, and I did what I always did. I made it mine. Our winter formal was a week away and Josh had just broken up with his girlfriend. So I asked him to the dance, quiet, sweet, tragic little me. I told him my sister was going with someone else, that she and I weren't close, that I needed a date or I'd have to skip. I cried when I said it. He agreed. I didn't tell Ellie. Not until the night of. She came downstairs in a navy blue dress, makeup flawless, curls pinned back like a magazine cover. I waited until Mom started taking photos by the fireplace and said, "I didn't know you were coming too. Josh is picking me up at 7. She blinked. "Josh Palmer." I smiled. "Yeah. You didn't ask him, did you?" The silence was thick. Mom looked between us. Ellie's jaw clenched. "You knew I liked him." I shrugged. "I didn't think it mattered. You always say we don't talk anymore." She opened her mouth, then closed it. And then, God, it was beautiful. Her eyes glassed over, her cheeks flushed. And right there, with the camera still rolling, she cried. Real tears. Not a sob. Not a scream. Just a quiet, involuntary breakdown. And for once, I was the one standing tall while she broke down in front of our parents. Josh and I danced twice. He spent the rest of the night on his phone. I didn't care. I wasn't there for him. I was there for the memory of Ellie's mascara running in the flash of the camera. By Monday, rumors spread. Did you really steal her date? Wasn't that her crush? I gave a tiny shrug and told everyone. She never said anything. I just assumed she wasn't going. People looked at her differently after that. Some called her dramatic. Others just stopped including her in plans. The golden kid had a crack. And I was right there, chipping at the edges. She confronted me a week later, in the hallway after class. Why are you doing this? I pretended not to understand. Doing what? She stared at me for a long time. One day, people are going to figure out who you are. I smiled, tilted my head. And who's that? She didn't answer. Just walked away. But I remember thinking, not if I figure out how to stay the victim forever. And for a while. I did. Ellie stopped trusting me after the dance. Not that she ever said it outright, but I could feel it in the way she locked her door, the way she stopped talking at dinner, how she answered everything I said with a one-word response. She was retreating. And the more distance she put between us, the more I worked to drag her back into my spotlight, even if I had to drag her kicking and screaming. By senior year, we shared 0 classes, but everyone still knew us as the Jennings sisters. Teachers asked about her. Friends asked if we were close. I played it soft. She doesn't talk to me anymore. She's been different since Dad yelled at her last fall. She's just angry all the time. People started watching her like she was a ticking time bomb. I didn't plan what happened next. Not fully. But when the moment came, I took it like a gift. It was a Friday assembly. Ellie had been chosen to give a short speech about the school's scholarship program. Something about her summer internship and community leadership. I knew she was nervous. She always hated public speaking, no matter how confident she looked. 5 minutes before her turn, I approached her backstage with a look of panic on my face. "I'm sorry," I whispered. "I didn't mean to tell them." Her face tightened. "Tell who what?" I looked down, bit my lip. "About you and Mr. Carver. People heard things, and I think it got twisted." Her face went pale. "You're lying," she hissed. "I wish I was." She stormed off. When she took the mic a few minutes later, she looked like a ghost, hands shaking, voice unsure. She stammered through her introduction, eyes darting across the crowd. When a group of guys in the front whispered and chuckled about something completely unrelated, Ellie cracked. "What?" she snapped. "You think it's funny? You think I don't know what you're saying?" The room fell silent. Then she dropped the mic and walked off stage. Just like that. By Monday, half the school was buzzing. What happened to her? Did you hear she blew up during her speech? Something about Mr. Carver? I didn't confirm anything. I just looked worried and said she hasn't really been herself lately. Teachers pulled her aside. Counselors checked in. Ellie didn't come to school for 2 days. When she returned, she looked hollow. Like she'd lost something she couldn't name. That night, she came into my room without knocking, first time in months. She didn't yell. She didn't cry. She just looked at me and said, "You are the cruelest person I've ever met." And I said nothing. Because I knew if I spoke, I'd say something perfect. Something that would win me the next round. And deep down, I think I wanted her to win that one. But she didn't. Because no one ever believed her. Not even when she told the truth. Ellie left home 6 weeks after graduation. No goodbye, no group hug, no teary airport photo. Just a quiet morning, a duffel bag, and her college acceptance letter clutched in one hand. She didn't even say where she was going, Mom said, twisting a dish towel in her hands. She blocked me, I added softly, eyes full of rehearsed hurt. I think she really hates me. Dad muttered something about teen drama. But I knew better. This wasn't drama. This was war. She went to a tiny liberal arts college in Oregon, someplace with trees, clay mugs, and no cell service. I only knew because I went through her desk drawer the night she left. Found the brochure folded under her journal. I told myself I wasn't stalking her. I was just watching. In control. For once, she'd cut me out of the story. And I didn't like that at all. It started with birthdays. She didn't text me on mine. Not even a meme. So I posted a long, moody Instagram caption, "Some people will never see the pain they leave behind." Even family. The comments poured in. "OMG, who did this to you? You deserve better. Is it Ellie?" She always seemed fake. I didn't correct anyone. I just let the sympathy roll in like ocean waves I'd been waiting for. But silence isn't a game I know how to lose. So I emailed her. Hey, I know things have been messy, but I still love you. You're my sister. I hope Oregon is treating you well. She never replied. So I sent another. Then a third. Then one with a photo of us at ages 6 and 9 standing in front of the broken vase. I captioned it, "We were happy once." I don't know when it changed. Still nothing. So I took it to Facebook. Posted a slideshow of childhood photos. Ellie holding my hand. Ellie tying my shoes. Ellie smiling. Caption, "Sometimes the people who raise you aren't your parents. They're the ones who protect you when the world is mean." I miss her every day. I don't know why she left. Over 100 comments. Her college roommate DM'd me that night. She said you used to lie about everything. That you made her look crazy in high school. That you ruined people for her. I replied with a sad face emoji and one line. It breaks my heart that she still can't move on. The next day I got an email. From Ellie. Subject line. Stop. You don't get to play the victim. You made my life hell and now you're turning strangers against me. I am not your villain. I am not your content. Leave me alone. I screenshotted the message and posted it to Reddit with the title. My sister wants to erase me from her life. Am I really the bad guy? Thousands of comments. Most said no. Some said yes. But they were drowned out by the ones saying, "You deserve better." And for a moment I believed them again. When she got engaged and didn't tell me, I didn't find out from her. Of course not. It was Mom who told me by accident, over a grainy FaceTime call from the garden. "Ellie's engaged," she said, trimming a rose bush. "Didn't she tell you?" I laughed so hard I almost dropped my phone. Tell me? She blocked me. Remember? Mom went quiet. Oh, right? Then she added, "Don't make this into a thing, okay? She just wants a peaceful day." And that was the spark. She just wants a peaceful day. Like I wasn't the one who'd been ignored, erased, treated like I never existed. I found the post on Instagram. Private account. I only saw it because her fiancé had tagged her. A photo on a lakeside dock. Her in a white sundress. His arm around her. Caption, "She said yes." My stomach twisted. It wasn't jealousy. Not really. It was more like betrayal. How dare she build something new and not invite me to see it? So I did what I do best. I posted first. It's hard watching someone you love start their life without you. But I guess some people never look back at the bridges they burned. People assumed it was about a breakup. I didn't correct them. I watched the likes roll in. Even got a DM from one of Ellie's old friends. Is this about her? I always knew she had a cold streak. And suddenly I wasn't just a sister again. I was a victim, wronged, abandoned, surviving. 2 weeks later I got a message from her fiancé. "Liam, please stop posting things about Ellie. She asked me not to reach out, but I'm doing it anyway because you're hurting her." I replied maybe she should talk to me herself. He didn't respond. So I posted that too. A screenshot of his message. Blurred name. Caption. Funny how some people say they want peace but send others to do their dirty work. It exploded. Reddit, Instagram, even TikTok got a hold of it. I told myself I wasn't doing it to hurt her. I just wanted people to understand what she was really like. 3 days later, Mom called me crying. "She's uninviting us," she said. "Me and your dad. Because we didn't tell her to block you harder." I almost dropped the phone. "She's cutting you out of the wedding?" "She says it's for her mental health." I pressed the phone to my ear, savoring the pause. "I hope you're happy," Mom whispered. I said nothing. But the truth? I was. Ellie posted a single story that night. Just white text on black, "You can't heal around people who keep reopening the wound." No mention of me. But I could feel her hands around my throat all the same. I didn't get an invite. Not even a digital one. But the venue was tagged on her cousin's private Instagram and the date was easy to guess from her bridal registry. I marked it on my calendar in red. I told myself I wasn't going to do anything. I just wanted to see it. That was all. Just watch from a distance. Like a ghost haunting the happy day she stole from me. I showed up 2 hours before the ceremony. Rented car. Black dress. Minimal makeup. No RSVP. The winery grounds were beautiful. Flowers draped over a wood arch. Little white chairs lined up like perfect teeth. I stood in the tree line, hidden. No one noticed me, just the way she wanted. And for a second, I thought, maybe I really should go home. Maybe this isn't who I am. Then I saw her. Ellie. In her dress. Hair pinned with pearls. Smiling. Laughing. Like none of it ever happened. And just like that, every part of me snapped back into place. I walked straight to the front gate. The staff didn't stop me. I told them I was the maid of honor. Gave a fake name. They smiled and waved me in. At the reception tent, I grabbed a seat card. Found the list of guests. Memorized her fiancé's best man's name. Then I borrowed his seat. No one noticed. Everyone was too busy watching her. During the vows, I stood in the very back row pretending to be part of the staff. When the officiant said if anyone objects to this union, I didn't say a word. But I coughed. Loud. Twice. People turned. Ellie froze. Then she spotted me, and her whole face changed. Later, I slipped into the bathroom and posted a photo on Reddit. Just a blurry shot of the ceremony tent. Caption. Watching my sister marry the man I introduced her to. She didn't invite me. She didn't even say thank you. It blew up. Thousands of comments. Half said, "What a monster she is." The other half started asking questions. Why would she cut you off? What's the real story here? Sounds like you're leaving something out. That's when I realized I was losing control. Ellie didn't come over. She didn't make a scene. She just texted me that night. "You really can't stand the idea of me being happy without you." I didn't reply. I posted it instead. Screenshot and all. Captioned it. Toxic people think your happiness depends on them. This is what gaslighting looks like. But this time, people didn't believe me. I started getting DMs. From strangers. From her old roommate. From Liam's friends. From people who said they used to follow me until now. The comments turned. They weren't calling her toxic anymore. They were calling me a narcissist. A manipulator. A liar. And worst of all, they weren't wrong. It's been 8 months since her wedding. I haven't spoken to her since. She moved states, California, I think. Deleted her social media. Changed her number. Even mom doesn't know her new address. The only thing I know for sure is that she's gone. Really gone this time. And I keep asking myself, why does that hurt more than anything? The funny thing is I won. For years, I won every argument without even raising my voice. I won the sympathy. I won the attention. I painted myself as the victim so thoroughly that even I believed it. Until I didn't. Until I started waking up every day with that sick feeling in my stomach. The one that tells you you've pushed it too far. Until even strangers on Reddit started calling me out one by one. I tried to bounce back. New account. New sob story. New audience. But something was different now. I couldn't fake it the way I used to. Not when I remembered the way Ellie looked on her wedding day. Not when I heard her voice in that last text. "You really can't stand the idea of me being happy without you." Because she was right. I didn't want her to be happy if I wasn't the reason for it. If I wasn't in the photo. If I wasn't in the story. Mom says she still sends Ellie emails every few weeks. Ellie never replies. She'll come around, Mom says. She's just being stubborn. But I don't think that's true. I think Ellie finally realized something I never wanted her to see, that I was never the victim. I was the weight she spent her whole life trying to carry. And now? Now she's free of it. I keep a box under my bed. Photos of us as kids. Birthday cards. A ribbon from one of her science fairs. Second place, the one I got her pulled from. The vase we broke when I was 7. I lied and said it was her. That lie started everything. Sometimes I take the ribbon out and hold it like it means something. But it doesn't. It never did. I've written her a dozen emails. Never sent any. One of them just says this: "You were right. You always were. I hated that you loved better than I did. I hated that you were happy without needing an audience. And I hated that, even after everything I did, you still tried. Until you didn't." Today I opened Reddit again. Thought about posting something, one final confession. Telling everyone everything. No lies. No edits. No pity grabs. But I didn't. I opened a blank document instead. Titled it, "The Girl Who Wasn't Hated. Just Deserved to Be." And I wrote, not for karma. Not for clout. Just for her. And maybe, for the first time in my life, for me.